U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Throwing on first down. Fields. And incomplete to open things up. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
Now that's a great play defensively, and one thing we do know, both of the corners are going to face a lot of action in this game, the way that offense likes to fling it around.
The safeties, they better be ready to be engaged as well. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Fields. Flushed out right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shift. 21.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Muhammad. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading in.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Looking to throw. Fields. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A first down carry by Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. first down. Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay out.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. David Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster, 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
The tackle made by Todd Davis.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Here we go. White. 65.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. That one covers 29 yards. First down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 25. Check 9. Check 3.
Now a give, right side. Muhammad. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they got 3 yards, that's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Check the backer, check the backers. He's coming.
2.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A 1st down run for Elliott, not going to pan out. He'll, in fact, wind up losing a couple. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 3rd down, Fields. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180!
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Deuce.
Get hot.
On 1st down, Muhammad. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little...
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Fields. And able to haul it in is Kittle. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back to throw. Fields. And that's Elliott. Complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Fields. And that will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Tackle that time by Sidney Jones.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo. And complete to Zach Ertz. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. On 3rd down, Muhammad, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now on 2nd and 13, Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. On 1st and 10, Fields. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here, they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fields. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Crunch time, defense.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Here we go.
We'll check on his status when we get back. On second down now. Jefferson, pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
52's
Hey, Team 6. Team 6. Let's set a tone, fellas.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he connects with Ertz. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 45 on second down, Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Watch the twist.
Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Throwing on third and long. Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Watch out for Hill on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On first down, Jefferson. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. Caught by the tight end Ertz. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage. And
using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Just like that.
Operating from the gun. Fields. Complete. It's Johnson. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Off the play fake. Fields. Looking long for Westbrook. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Garoppolo now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Hey, Charlie.
55, Mike 55. It's how I feel.
21. Here we go.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo completes it to Samuel. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. They'll run on first down. Jefferson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
65. 11. Go.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that.
And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. He's got daylight. The 30. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this run. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah, it's Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 23. The Packers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Again, it's Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
It's a loss of 4 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On 4th down, Fields letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Harold Landry, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo, And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Bravo.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep down. And now here is another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Elliott running right. And an alley to run. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 180.
53 is the mark. Get your swerve on.
Check me that hunt.
On 1st down, Jefferson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the pressure gets to him again.
A loss of 9 brings up 4th down.
Here we go.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right.